Hello, this is Dr. J back with some more Let's Play Command and Conquer. We have just finished all of the unique variations of GDI Mission 5. Now the varying paths have converged. And it might seem as if there's once again a branching path. This is a ruse. Both of these arrows, in fact, lead to the same mission. In the Czech Republic.
Commander, Carter here. It's absolutely essential that you get this infantry commando across the ground. Making sure to avoid all just enough time to plastic get the hell back out. Don't bother with anything else.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Okay, so that transmission was having a lot of difficulty. So we did not clearly hear what our objective was. And if we check the text version of the briefing, it just says, use a GDI commando to infiltrate the Nod base. Destroy the something so that the base is incapacitated. Get in, hit it, and get out. So we don't actually, as the player, know exactly what it is we're supposed to do. This mission introduces us to the Commando, who is one of the most iconic units in this game. The Commando has awesome voice lines, and he has a present for you. I have heard or read that Frank Klopacki provided the voice of the Commando, though I don't know if that's the case. Now, to me, this is one of the most memorable missions in the game. It's kind of the first of the really puzzly missions, where you kind of have to think carefully about what to do and perhaps consider some unorthodox tactics. Now we're going to have to destroy SAM sites in order to be able to get across the river. And when the Commando destroys buildings, they will randomly spawn infantry, which means that there is a limited number of buildings he can destroy before he gets taken out. Because you can't really avoid taking damage when buildings spawn infantry after being destroyed. Okay, there we got lucky. Now, a lot of people kind of dislike that game mechanic, but I actually think it's better balanced than, for example, Tanya in Red Alert, who can just destroy a completely unlimited number of buildings, as long as she doesn't face any other kind of opposition. Whereas there is a limit on how many buildings the Commando can destroy, based on the fact that he'll take damage randomly from the minigunners that spawn onto them as he destroys them. Alright, I know it's a little save scummy, but I am going to go ahead and make a save here. So, there's no way for us as the player to know this, but our objective in this mission is the enemy airstrip. Now that doesn't make a lot of sense to me, because if there's one building you want to destroy to incapacitate a base, it's the construction yard. But no, the airstrip is the quote-unquote correct thing to destroy. And, well, that's the way it is, so we won't quibble about that. Now, if we kill that Nod infantryman, it seems that he was holding this civilian prisoner or something, because he's going to run off to the north, kind of showing us a direction that we can go here. Okay, well, we just got caught by a Nod buggy, and I think we're dead. We're dead. Well, that's why we made a save there. Okay, let's try this again. That felt a little unfair to me, because the buggy just flew out of the fog of war and started killing us, and there wasn't a whole heck of a lot we could do about that. Let's try going around this ridge this time. We have to try to find a way into the enemy base. And it seems like, after we kill a certain number of enemy units, they kind of go berserk and start trying to hunt us down. And it's often pretty much game over if that happens. So we do need to try to be stealthy about this, but we can't help but kill quite a few enemies. Those rocket soldiers especially, and these SAM sites, because they will shoot down our Chinook if we get too close to them. Okay, that didn't spawn any infantry, so we got lucky again. Okay, we've got a couple infantry coming around here. I'm gonna try leaving them alone in the hopes of not angering the enemy forces prematurely. Now, hopefully, if I land here, we won't run into the enemy buggy. The commando, although he can one-shot any infantry in the game and use his C4 charges to destroy buildings in one shot, he is basically helpless against vehicles. His sniper rifle is completely ineffective against them. And especially things like buggies, which have anti-infantry weapons, i.e. machine guns, they will kill the commando in a hurry. So he's almost invulnerable against enemy infantry as long as you kite them. But his weakness is vehicles. Now what I'm going to do is I am actually deliberately not going to destroy the enemy airstrip, even though that's our secret objective. Because your only quote-unquote reward for destroying the airstrip is you skip the next mission. Now, I don't want to skip content. I want to play every single mission. So rather than destroying the airstrip, skipping Mission 7 and going straight to Mission 8, I'm just going to destroy the first building in the base that I can find, and then we'll actually get to do the next mission. Okay, if that guy wants to ignore us, we're perfectly content to let him do so. Seems we haven't alerted the enemy yet. So, I'm going to be a little save scummy again. Sorry about that. But I'm going to try to land the Chinook in the enemy base. It will get hit by the SAM site, but I don't think it'll get destroyed. Okay, the Chinook survived. And now, I'm just going to find an enemy building, C4 it, and the mission should end in success. Let's get their communication center. Okay, that's that. The ending victory videos are not always relevant to what happened in the mission, but that one was very relevant. Placing a C4 charge and destroying an enemy building. Perfect. I really like that mission. I mean, it introduces the Commando, which is like the most badass unit in the game. As I said, it's just very puzzly. It's kind of the first really puzzly mission you encounter, where you have to think about how to maneuver your Chinook and your Commando around and avoid enemy patrols and destroy the SAM sites and snipe down the rocket soldiers so they don't shoot down your Chinook, and then find a way into the enemy base. And there's even the added element of not knowing exactly what your objective is. It's all very cool. I'm a big fan of that mission. So since we deliberately destroyed the wrong building, we get to go ahead and do Mission 7, and we're not going to skip it. Once again, we put up with the buggy map screen. Sorry about that. Not much I can do about it. And onward to Mission 7.
Commander, was there confusion with that last directive? We wanted you to take everything out, but Nod's still there. We can supply you with full force now, but it's imperative that this mission be completed. Wipe out Nod presence using all available forces. Oh, and FYI, institute maximum care when transporting captured Tiberium. It seems to display negative effects on some individuals. Out.
Now this is another mission I really like. One of my favorites from the original Command & Conquer campaign. This one and the previous mission together are really fantastic in my opinion. Now, what is it that I like so much about this mission? Well, first of all, as we'll see, it takes place on the same map as the previous mission, just a slightly expanded version of it. And I always like the continuity of playing on the same map again. Secondly, this is going to be the first GDI mission where we finally get to build medium tanks and basically all of the sort of fundamental basic units and structures of GDI. So it's the first mission where it really feels like we have access to proper forces. And thirdly, it's a fairly challenging mission. It feels like a nice big battle. So yeah, I really like this one. Unfortunately, we've lost all of our anti-infantry units and we only have medium tanks left, which means it's going to take us a ridiculously long time to kill that infantryman. I'm actually going to push my forces north here and try building my base much farther north from where we're deployed on this shore. Why? Because it's going to put us in between two Tiberium fields. So we're going to have access to better economics. It is, however, a very dangerous ploy because, well, as you can see, there's a lot of enemy forces here, including a lot of anti-tank enemies, so this is a high-risk, high-reward play, moving northward this early, and I might pay the price for it. I do hate all these rocket men here. We might just straight up lose our tanks as a result of this. However, we are going to be in a very nice economic position if we manage to survive. Alright. Ah, crap. We can't quite put the refinery where I would really like to put it. We'll just put it here then. Okay. Oh boy, and we're under attack by a Nod light tank. Now, we can build bazooka troops of our own. Good anti-armor infantry. So since we don't have a weapon factory yet, we're going to build one bazooka troop to help fend off enemy armor. And we're going to put a guard tower, which is GDI's basic defense and its anti-infantry, down to the south, and we're going to put another one up to the north, which is going to help us with fending off enemy attacks. Maybe I should have put it to the north first, because, well, there's quite the enemy squad coming.
Unit lost. Building. Construction complete. Unit.
Okay. We need to take them out before they destroy our refinery. As I said, this is a high-risk, high-reward play, deploying my base like this. Long as we survive, our economic situation is going to be much better than if we built our base down here. Alright, time to put down a second refinery. The other Tiberium field is going to be up here, so let's go ahead and scout in that direction. Okay, good. Our guard tower can take care of those flamethrowers. I said our guard tower can take care of those flamethrowers. Okay, it had a little more difficulty with that than I feel like it maybe should have.
Yes, sir. Ready and waiting. You got it.
Our minigunner will take care of the enemy rocket soldier, no problem.
Building.
And there's the other Tiberium field.
Yes, moving out.
We are going to be grateful that we have deployed where we have, since it will give us easier access to this Tiberium field. You can imagine what a long journey it would be if we had built down there. Alright, I will temporarily speed up the game while we get our base set up. I'll slow it down again if we fall under attack. Oh. Hopefully the rocket soldiers don't outrange our guard tower, or we're going to have some problems. Okay, they were idiots and just walked right up in range of it. That's very lucky for us. Okay, we're alright.
Construction.
Okay, good. Now that refinery is obviously going to be pretty vulnerable to enemy attacks because I placed it north of the guard tower, however. Excellent. This flamethrower is chasing the harvester like an idiot. Follows it right into range of the guard tower. Oh, that is a lot of enemies. Oh, boy. Come on, take out that flamethrower. Alright. Now we can sell it for 3 infantry. Which is a little exploitable, by the way, because it means you can get 3 infantry for a total of $250. which is cheaper than they would normally cost. That is not an exploit I'm going to be making any particular use of, because it feels a little cheap. That's clearly a mistake. Yeah, this is intense, isn't it? We are coming under quite heavy attack. Although I love Airstrike, I think it's, like I said, a very melancholy and evocative theme. It doesn't really feel terribly appropriate to this intense action that's going on. Whew, I think we have a moment to breathe.
Building.
Now this is somewhat more appropriate music, although the enemy has stopped attacking for the moment. Okay, and now I'm going to sell the old guard tower, get some money back, and have 3 infantry to help reinforce the north of our base. Next, let's get a communication center up and running. Now, I mentioned before that we can kind of use communication centers for fixed emplacement scouting because they have such a large sight radius when you deploy them. So we're going to go ahead and put it up here and reveal this entire ravine, which should look familiar to you.
Building.
Because, like I said, this takes place on the same map as before, just expanded farther to the west so that we have a place to build our base. Oh, this is one of the best music tracks in the game. Mechanical Man. Okay, that was quite dangerous. I'm starting to think we need 2 guard towers to properly defend our southern entrance. Alright, and you know what? We need to go sort out those stupid rocket soldiers. Why do I hear... Oh, we need to go deal with that. That is not acceptable. Kill him, please. Okay, good lord. Alright, and now we need to kill those rocket soldiers, or they're going to make life harvesting quite unpleasant for our harvesters. Alright, we finally get a weapons factory down.
New construction options.
Alright, the medium tank. Wonderful.
Building.
Still can't build repair pads. Alright, if we just park these guys up here, any further Rocketeers that the enemy sends to this corner will get killed by them. Whew. It has been a struggle getting our base established. But as I said, we already exhausted this Tiberium field. Imagine if we were all the way down here, and our harvesters had this incredibly long journey to go up to that Tiberium field up there. That would be a nightmare.
Building.
Hopefully 2 guard towers will be enough to defend our base's southern flank, and we won't have to keep worrying about active defending down there.
Construction complete. Building.
Okay.
Construction.
Whoa, whoa. Dang, they attacked a little too fast. We may lose that. You know, I'm just going to preemptively sell it. Dang, that's unfortunate. The enemy attacked a little too fast. If I had had the other guard tower up by the time they attacked, we'd have been fine. 2 guard towers will be plenty for defeating that attack squad we keep seeing.
Construction.
We might as well use the latest 3 infantry we've gotten as a scouting force now. I'm definitely going to want some medium tanks, no question, so I'm going to start building a tank army. Medium tanks, probably the quintessential workhorse unit of GDI. I may even want, you know what, I think in order to have faster
Building.
economy, I'm going to want even a 3rd refinery. So it doesn't take us forever to get the money we need to build a proper attack force. Here's that village that we saw earlier. I don't think we can access the island that the commando started on. I think it's pretty much completely closed off to us in this mission. An enemy gun turret. So that will be problematic for any armor that we want to send through this ravine. Let's see. Okay. Now we'll have a real economy going. It wouldn't be worth our time to build yet another refinery. We'd lose too much money. We really need to start actually constructing an attack force now. Okay, that looks like the front entrance to the enemy base. And if there's one thing the missions so far have taught us, it's that rather than just doing a frontal assault, it's often worth your time to look for alternate entrances into the enemy base. Seems like the enemy attacks have really died down now that we've finally got our defenses sorted out. These guys are probably heading for the northwest corner to camp the Tiberium field to take out our harvesters. And they're going to take some cheap shots at that one as they go by. The minigunners we've deployed here will take care of that tactic, though.
Building.
Okay, we've got another gun turret there. I think we're in a good enough position to speed the game up a little bit while we get our army constructed.
Construction complete.
I'm actually going to build a squadron of minigunners for taking out the enemy gun turrets.
Building.
Uh-oh.
Unit.
Is he going to die to the Tiberium?
Building. Unit.
Gun turret might take him out, he's so hurt.
Unit ready.
Okay, he got taken out by some rocket soldiers.
Ready. Building. Unit ready. Building. Unit ready. Building. Building. Unit ready. Building.
That should be enough minigunners for our purposes, and I'm going to slow things down a little bit again.
Unit ready.
Okay, we've got more Rocketeers coming to give us a hard time. And we're running low even in the northern Tiberium field. Now, there's still this one to harvest.
Unit lost. Construction complete.
Kill the other guy, please. Alright, he just burned to death in the Tiberium. He deserved it.
Building.
Have I really only constructed 3 tanks? Good grief.
Reporting. You got it.
Alright, speed it up again.
Reporting. Moving out.
The very first time I ever played this game, by which I mean when I played it as a kid, basically the whole campaign, I think I just left it on the default speed most of the time, which is actually 1 notch below medium.
Not a problem.
My goodness, that is too slow. I cannot imagine playing the game at that slow speed anymore.
Moving out. Roger.
Okay, let's go take care of this gun turret here.
Waiting orders. Moving out. Reporting. Affirmative.
Construction.
And there's that same enemy attack group again, taking more cheap shots at our harvesters. Our harvesters have now cleared a route to reach this SAM site. Man, that is a lot of shots they're getting off on the harvesters. Good lord. Look at this guy.
Yes. Reporting.
What a jerk.
Yes. Moving out. Reporting.
Alright, let's go take out this SAM site.
Moving out. Affirmative.
No, 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 no. I'm sick to death of you guys.
Got it.
Enough.
Building.
Look at, they're kiting me! Unbelievable!
Yes, sir.
Alright, and now,
Construction complete.
let's see.
Reporting. You got not a problem.
I think I'm going to prepare an NG drop as the piece de la resistance, or I'm sure I butchered that. The crown jewel of this attack. Harvester, what are you doing?
Acknowledge. Reporting.
Such idiocy.
Right away, sir. Moving out. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Oh, okay. Pull back, pull back, pull back.
Right away, sir. Right away, sir. You got it. Moving out.
Alright, good. He just wanted to take one shot at us. Now he's satisfied. Am I going to lose half my squad to the Tiberium? They might not even take out the turret. No, they got it. Alright. Okay, we've got our APC. We've got how many... Where the heck are my engineers? Have I not been building any? Apparently not. I thought I had done. I think these guys are basically stuck here until the Tiberium gets harvested. Alright, 2 engineers. This will be my NG drop squad. Okay. I think we've got enough tanks. And we'll start cranking out some Humvees for anti-infantry support. I think our attack force is ready. Alright, we'll slow things down for our assault. Make a cheeky save. And now, so I don't have to build quite so constantly, I'm going to make a couple of Tiberium silos. In a multiplayer game, this would be idiotic, because if you're making... Oh wow, look at the Nazis destroying the civilian town, basically just in a fit of pique, as far as I can tell. In a multiplayer game, you never ever want to build silos, because if you're building silos, it means you need to build more units. But in single player, if you have a sufficient attack force, then, you know, just build some silos so that you don't lose money. And in the unlikely event that your attack force fails, you have reserves so that you can build a second wave. And I mean, I'll pay a little bit of attention and continue building units, but... Oh. The door greeters are coming to say hello. Alright, let's get our anti-infantry squad in there. Oh man, that is so much easier than trying to destroy infantry with tank shells or trying to squish them. I haven't seen many players really make use of a Humvee anti-infantry squad, but it makes dealing with enemy infantry so much easier. Yeah, the bulk of your army should be tanks, but... Okay, get in there. I am, of course, searching for the enemy construction yard. There's the airstrip that we were supposed to destroy. Our base is under attack, you say? No, I don't see anything going on. Okay, get over there, kill the flamethrower. We need to bring the situation under control. This is chaos. Alright, you know what? First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to capture that airstrip. Get out of the way! You, out of the way. Excellent. Okay, anti-infantry squad is fighting... Okay, they're dead. They got ambushed by some tanks and they're toast. We shouldn't have to deal with any more enemy tanks now that we have captured their airstrip. And in fact, maybe we should actually start building our units from there. Tell you what, let's, oh good grief. Squish! Very obliging of them to just sit there and take it like that. See if we can destroy the refinery while the harvester is in it. That'll make our lives easier. Excellent. Now, I really want to destroy... Actually, you know what? I don't need to destroy it anymore. Oh, good. Let's go down and capture their construction yard. And then the only real threat left is their Hand of Nod. We will build more anti-infantry because all that they're going to have from this point forward are infantry.
Nod building captured.
Excellent. Sell this for the money.
Reinforcements have
It's been messy, but
Unit lost.
the attack is working out.
Construction complete. Reinforcements have arrived. Construction complete. Reinforcements
Okay, that's our win. Now it's just a mop-up operation.
Construction complete.
Oh, we have technicians! Technicians are hilarious.
Unit lost.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Building. Construction complete. Reinforcements have arrived. Building.
Yep, just a routine mop-up operation at this point.
Construction complete.
These guys are still just patrolling in front of the front gate. Apparently they didn't care that the entire base was being destroyed behind them. Not our business, we weren't ordered to do anything about it. We're just supposed to patrol out here in the front. And that's exactly what we're gonna do. Well, you're dead now.
Yes, sir.
Whew. That was an exciting mission. I remembered that it was a tough one, and my memory seems to have been accurate. Some aggressive attacks that we had to deal with early on while we were getting our base set up. And then the enemy base is pretty well defended. And the enemy has those sneaky Rocketeers that they like to park there in the northwest to try to take out your harvesters. And as you can see, resources are not super plentiful relative to the amount of enemies you have to take out. Alright, looks like the Humvees took care of those Rocketeers. I think this should be the last Nod structure that we have to take out. Alright, let's go ahead and make a save. Dang it. Alright, somebody's lurking somewhere. Let's track them down. Ah, it's this turret. Okay. Forgot about that one. I don't think that there's any regenerating Tiberium here either, because there's no blossom trees. Blossom trees are a bizarre, mutated tree, a Tiberium life form that generates more Tiberium. Which, if you're watching this, I'm sure you know that, but I will just explain it anyway. Why not? I won't bother sending my infantry into this Tiberium field. Alright, maybe this is the last Nod structure. Okay, and there's a SAM site. Why on earth am I sending things like buggies up against a turret? Alright, now, the SAM site. Make another save. We did it. As usual, SAM site was the last thing we destroyed. Once again, an ending cinematic that has very little to do with the mission we just completed. But yeah, as usual, SAM site's the last thing we destroy, so airstrike is utterly useless. A little bit of questionable mission design, the way that tends to work out, but whatever. Okay, that's GDI missions 6 and 7 completed. A nice pair of missions that go well together. As I said, I really like the continuity of them being on the same map and sort of the narrative flow of sending in the commando, but the transmission was garbled, so you blew up the wrong thing. Then you need to move in with a full force and take out the enemy properly. And that's the first GDI mission where you get access to proper GDI forces. The enemy puts up some meaningful resistance. Really good pair of missions. Big fan. Alright, next up is going to be GDI Mission 8. Hopefully you'll join me for that, and I'll see you then.